hey, I want to be a porn star. How can you help me come into the industry? You know, I've had lots of girlfriends and wives over the years. You know, I think, you know, a lot of them come around the band and want to be a band chick, and some of them try too hard, and some of them don't try hard enough. You know, my new girlfriend is here with me, and she loves me, and she loves the idea that we're, you know, she doesn't know this music, and I kind of like it like that because, you know, sometimes you meet somebody and they're so focused in on what you do, they don't know who you really are. They more fall in love with what you do instead of who you are. So.
But I think both sides of you, they do that probably. They have that impact. I think for a lot of people who maybe not in the adult industry, they have maybe over a
preconceived notion.
Yeah, a little bit, or
yeah, I think a lot of people have preconceived notions about people who do porn, but at the same time, more people are fascinated with it. It's amazing. I mean, women come to me all day long, in person, on Facebook, on MySpace. Hey, I want to be a porn star. How can you help me come into the industry? I think people want to be adored. People want to be people want to be stars.
But is that something that is, do you think, typical for this time? Because now through the internet, everyone is sort of potential celebrity maybe, and can put all their stuff, whether it's good or bad, can put out there. So it is a stage for everybody, you think? Is that good?
I think the internet has evened the playing field in a lot of ways, and do I think it's good? It doesn't matter what I think. It is what it is.
Well,
I do think that I think that there's a huge problem in the world, in the entire media industry, and that's music, movies, television, porn, is that everything is pirated and everything is free, and people steal everything with no conscience. And the problem with this is that, okay, bands can't afford to spend a lot of money making an album anymore unless they're Metallica or U2, you know. Bands have to use digital technology and figure out how to make a record cheap enough because nobody buys records anymore. And TV shows are all partnering with things like Hulu and things like this. And you know, porn is being destroyed by the torrent sites and the tube sites. And I'll tell you this, when people can no longer afford to produce quality porn, all you're going to have is bad, cheap porn.
But do you come up with new ways? Maybe do you think does the industry, whether it's music or porn, have to reinvent their ways of putting stuff out?
I think that the media businesses in general, I think this will really happen when Hollywood is affected. You know, when people are downloading, you know, Denzel Washington's new movie for free, and he can no longer afford to make a movie because instead of having a $30 million weekend, he has a $30 weekend, you know. I think then at this point, the governments will step in and get involved and start tracking people's IP addresses and billing them for what they watch. But until that happens, I think the future will be an advertiser-driven model where maybe Sony sponsors lupefuentes.com or Biohazard.com, you know.
But do you think, you said, yeah, when stuff is produced for commercial reasons, it may be not that good because it has to be a passion side in it as well. Do you think that also maybe that will filter maybe people who have passions about it and maybe will not make $30 million with doing it? But I mean, I think that it will still remain, or do you think?
I think that people will always want to see great entertainment, whether it be adult, music, video, movies, or whatever. I love movies. You know what, I would really be bummed out if I could never see Christopher Walken or Harvey Keitel in a movie again because they can't get paid enough to do it because every fucking kid with a DSL connection is stealing the movie, you know. So there's going to have to be some accountability at some point, or this is going to be remembered as the era that destroyed entertainment, you know. Yeah. I know that 5 years ago I was making 10 times what I'm making now on a porn movie. Right? Because there's so much free porn, the market's oversaturated, and there's no barrier to entry. Everybody with a video, with an iPhone, can make a porn video and put it on the internet. You know, so it's good in a way that people can express themselves creatively. It's bad for the business because if this is not your business, you have no business doing it in a way. You know, but in another way, you're right. So interesting question, interesting times.